All I would say is that public participation is so important when we're talking about uh, changing and evolving technological landscapes in the States, in Canada, where I live, and ensuring that we meet people where they are and lower their barriers to entry will help us make more meaningful policy that works for people. And I'm hoping that in doing that, in really trying to engage, we're going to set the stage for more productive conversation and better policy moving forward.
Thank you. Brian.
I'm actually glad you brought this question up, because one other thing, of course, I'm going to plug Oakland, but it's actually the only jurisdiction under this model where the surveillance technology vetting framework was created after the public forum, the Privacy Commission was enacted, and we did it with the administrative staff that are subject to it and have to navigate it. And I've, watching the pains as I work with San Francisco and San Diego, they didn't do that. And the people administering this framework did not create it. So, as in my activist hat, we drive from the outside, we push, but I'm also an insider. And I've just seen a lot of problems where the folks from the outside, they might not know how procurement works or just city processes, and the staff just has no idea where the goalposts are. What is the intent? What do these words mean? So just to anybody in the audience that's considering doing like what Oakland and others have done in the CCOPS Privacy Commission framework, I just strongly advise you, based on my 9 years of experience now, work together. Because while you absolutely have to have it being driven by the public, there has to be a demand for it, a desire. It can't exclude other voices, and those voices are going to be subject to this, sometimes complicated law. They need to work together.
Thank you, Brian. Michele.
Yeah, my closing thought is we have decades of experience. We know that if public participation is built well with the input of communities, that it works. It can be time well spent. It can be money well spent. The examples that Helen and Brian are talking about today are proof of that. This isn't a pipe dream. It works. It advances democracy, but it doesn't happen by accident. It happens with intentionality. These systems, as you can hear from Brian and Helen, were very intentionally and thoughtfully designed. They've learned lessons, I'm sure. And, if they were going to do it again, they might tweak things, because it's an iterative process and it's not one size fits all. And we can always reflect and do better. But I think we have to go in knowing it can work, but that we have to be intentional about it and ask all the questions, Hector, that you're asking today. That it will increase the odds infinitesimally that it will pay off, both for government, for the citizens, for all the stakeholders.